What's going on, y'all? It is time. WrestleMania week, the biggest week of all for wrestling fans around the world, not just WWE, but everybody. New Japan Pro Wrestling, Game Changer Wrestling, your mama's wrestling organization, whatever organization you're a part of, they're going on right now in Las Vegas. So we had to come to you, and I had to bring the team for this one right now. I got my guy, Jordan Sly Scavone. He said he's in an airplane on the way to Vegas. It looks like a graphic from one of his drawings to me, but whatever you want to call it, that's what it is. Jordan, what's going on, man?
First of all, I didn't know that YWMA, Yo Mama Wrestling Organization, was still in business. So that's great to hear.
Man, they just
Love
came
them.
back this year,
Love
man.
them. They just came back. They're great. They're great. Check them out. Uh, no, I'm good. How are you? How are
I'm
you?
good.
Awesome.
And I got my guy. This one, we got to put some emphasis and respect on his name. The word heavyweight champion, Mr. Don't forget the Ister, Joe Walker. What's going on, man?
Hey man, I'm thinking about going after your mom's wrestling federation heavyweight championship, man.
Hey, man. Hey,
If
hey,
they
it's
back, I'm
perfect,
trying to
baby.
compete.
Well,
I like
guys,
that we've said federation, organization, and alliance all both a different thing.
I want to claim that gold before Mother's Day, man.
well, somebody booked
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Hey, LLC that one, y'all. But we're here as WrestleMania week, fellas. As you know, we all getting geeked up for Saturday and Sunday. And I wanted to bring you guys in today to kind of talk about our predictions on some of the matches coming up. We probably won't have time to go over the whole card, but we definitely want to go over some of the main matches. And if we get a chance, also talk about some of the omissions that's happened this year in
Mm.
WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Because it's a couple big ones that's surprising me. I'm gonna tell you, people that's been wrestling all year long. But I want to start off right at top. And guys, I think I talked to you guys in the pre-meeting. Just for right now, just tell me, pick a person, and then after we do that, then I'll come back to you and you kind of break down on why you thought that, okay? Right
All right.
now,
Sounds good. Sounds good.
WrestleMania Saturday night main event, which already had a couple people mad because they thought it was going to be Jay Uso versus Gunther coming in at the main spot. But in the main match, your tribal chief Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins and the best in the world, CM Punk, Jordan's class of bone. Who do you got?
The architect, Seth Rollins.
Ooh, okay, okay. Joe, who do you think?
Got Seth.
I'm going the same route with this one, man. Seth Rollins. Joe, I want to start with you real quick. Why are you picking Seth?
Um, I just feel like with the success that Roman has had and CM Punk's lengthy history of success in big matches, I think this is an opportunity to take Seth from being popular, from being well known, from being successful to an iconic level, which they have achieved.
Okay. Jordan?
Well, this is the moment where you think that Roman's going to finally get his revenge for the 8,000 years ago chair shot from Seth. But it's actually when Seth Rollins becomes your new Paul Heyman guy.
Okay.
I
I'm on
like
the
that.
same wavelength. I want to say he's going to be the new Paul Heyman guy. I think, but for different reasons. Kind of like how Drew McIntyre has been on fire all year, but still loses every
Hmm.
feud. Seth Rollins loses every single feud. Every single feud, no matter how much trash he talks. So I think it's this time to finally give him the win. So yes, I do think he's going to be the new um, Paul Heyman guy. But I did say in our group chat, and I'm gonna just throw this out there with an asterisk. Don't be surprised if it's a swerve and all three of them come together with a certain fourth, a certain beast of a fourth to start a new dangerous alliance. I'm just saying, I'm not 100% sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, man. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
I like that idea. I was actually kind of thinking had a similar thought that maybe with Heyman and Paul, I mean with Heyman and Paul, with Heyman and Seth.
My favorite team, Heyman and Paul.
where
Man.
Seth kind of takes the CM Punk role, and maybe they create a new Shield,
Okay.
like maybe Breaker, Fatu, and I don't know who the third person could be.
Okay. Okay.
Logan Paul,
Ooh,
Dominic Mysterio. I don't know. It's got to be somebody that's athletic. You got to have
okay.
one super athletic. You got to have one wild card. Jacob Fatu could be that wild card. Then you got to have your power guy, and that could be Braun Breaker.
Now I want to throw to this next match, man. I mean, we all saw what happened in Royal Rumble in Indianapolis. Jay Uso won the Royal Rumble in front of 60,000 people. I was there live and saw it. Now it's time. No more running around, no more talking, no more Jay Uso scared of Gunther, which I never really liked the fact that a grown man would say, but whatever. Gunther versus main event Jay Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jordan, talk to me.
First of all, I'm scared of Gunther, so uh, um, I know I think the Ring General retains.
Mm.
Hold on to it. Okay. Joe,
Yeah, I got to go with Gunther.
seriously.
Yeah,
Dig
I mean,
that.
if you look at the buildup, all the signs are there for Jay to come in and put on a heck of a showing and get brutalized.
Man, I'm gonna have to flip it up right now, you guys, because I'm definitely going with Jay Uso. I think the original plan from the Royal Rumble was to have 70,000 people at WrestleMania yeeting at the end of night one. Obviously, it didn't play out that way, but I still think that is an image that WWE wants, especially since we just saw Big Jim get whooped up by Gunther as well. I see where you guys going, but yeah, I'm going with Jay Uso on this one, man. I'm going with Jay, so I'm gonna switch it up on this one, fellas.
I think my biggest deciding factor is that Gunther lost at Mania last year. If Gunther didn't lose at Mania last year, then I could see him losing this year. But if he loses two Manias in a row, I feel like it really damages his character.
Who did he go against
Aha.
last year?
What your man saying coming to
Sammy.
America?
Sammy.
Aha.
He lost to Sammy.
Ooh, hold on to
Yep.
that name, by the way, Sami Zayn. We're going to have to talk about him a little bit.
Okay.
Next up, WWE Women's Championship. This one has been off the rails. Probably the whole story going into Mania. Yeah, if y'all can see Jordan's face right now on the radio, trust me, he just showed it. Tiffany Stratton, WWE Women's Champion versus the Queen, Charlotte Flair. I'm gonna start off with this one, fellas, and I'm gonna give it to the Queen. I'm gonna give it to Charlotte Flair. I know a lot of people want Tiffany to win and think Tiffany should. They don't care for Charlotte, but we know a heel champion gets more makes more money long term. So I'm going with Charlotte Flair. Joe?
I can't call it, honestly.
Ooh.
I can see reasons why it would go both ways, and I would hope for Tiffany Stratton to win, but there's a part of me that doesn't think that she will, and there's a part of me that doesn't think that Charlotte will. So I can't call that one. I don't know. I have no
Jordan,
prediction.
what you got?
It's Tiffy time.
Okay, now I want to before we move forward, I do want to stop here for a second. What do y'all think about this build, man? Jordan, start with me, man. It's been crazy.
I I think it's 70% work.
But you think there is some
I,
shooting?
I think the shooting was Charlotte testing Tiffy in the side by side, and then I think Tiffy was given permission to shoot if she wanted to. I don't know. The timing of that interview that Charlotte did talking about her divorces literally like hours before SmackDown felt too convenient.
Mm,
Mm.
okay.
But I do think that maybe Charlotte didn't expect Tiffy to go that far
Yeah.
because the Kaiser's in my DMs attempt at a clapback was someone described it as the boxing match where the boxer's already out and they're throwing punches even though they're out, and it felt very much like that.
I
Mm.
feel
So
you.
I think there's a little shooting, but I think it's way more work than we think.
I get it. I get it. Joe, what do you think about it, man? The build.
The build has been somewhat so-so because for me there wasn't enough physicality. I feel like there should
Hmm.
have been more of them physically testing each other before we get to the full match. And I think that as much as I enjoy Charlotte's work, um, I think she kind of went overboard a bit
Mm.
with her approach with Tiffany, treating her like she was not a worthy opponent, even as champion. I didn't much care for that. And if Charlotte hears this, you you know we still cool.
You actually said a really good thing right there, Joe, because as people know, they've always said this in wrestling. When you make your opponent look too small, if you do win, who did you beat?
Right.
Hmm.
You never discredit them all the way, man. So that's something to think about. But yes, now I'm gonna go into this next match. You know what? I don't even think it's worth analyzing. We just pick a winner. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Whichever one of you guys want to jump in.
Fatu.
Jacob, like,
Yeah, yeah. LA Knight, unfortunately, he had his time. It's time to move past that. We love you, LA Knight, but it ain't your time anymore. Now, a feud that
yeah,
I tell you, I got a lot of heat for it. I'm really fired up about is Naomi versus Jade Cargill. And I'm gonna tell you, if you told me this last year that Jade Cargill was going against Naomi at WrestleMania, I would not have cared one bit. But now I'm really fired up about this match, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I gotta go with Jade Cargill. And I'm gonna just jump in real quick and say why. They've been having a great feud. First of all, I love everything Naomi's doing. I love Naomi's work right now. But
Mhm.
I think
yeah,
her taking a loss will make her even more hysterical. Also, that face to face that Jade and the Queen had on SmackDown a couple weeks ago, I saw nothing but money, man. So I think, boom, Jade wins this, and now we finally try to put the rocket ship to Jade.
Hmm.
Joe,
Yeah, I'm with that. They planted that Charlotte and Jade seed when she first got there, when they had them do that
yeah,
first face to face. Um, that's a matchup that kind of has to happen, I suppose, given their size and athleticism. I still don't know if Jade is quite ready to be in a match with Charlotte. However, I don't think that Jade wins this match. I think that there's going to be a different outcome with perhaps a swerve or two.
fair. Okay, okay, okay. Not mad at that. Jordan?
um, I was thinking it's gonna go. What it has to do is it has to showcase Jade's improvement either way. Like
Mm,
if they come out and it's a 30-second squash and Jade just eats Naomi, it's a waste of time. None of them look good. If it's a 10-minute match and it ends up being that Jade can't hang yet, then nobody wins again. It has to be a good to at least decent match. It's the first women's match that doesn't involve a title in Mania in like 900 years, um, and it needs to be a coming out party for Jade, either in victory or defeat. And Naomi, like you said, Whip, if she loses, it needs to like break her even more so she gets even crazier. But Joe, you said something about a swerve there, and I'm kind of thinking about a certain irresistible force in a female bloodline.
mm. Yeah, I think we're on the same page.
I didn't
Leilani
think about
Kai?
that until you said that, but
Who? Leilani Kai?
correct. Yes, I think Leilani Kai is returning and
Okay,
is going to become tag team champions with Naomi.
okay,
And
okay,
honestly, I legitimately want that to happen now.
okay, okay. Cool, cool, cool. It's been years, but I think she's ready, man. All right, guys.
Leilani can still go, I bet.
There's one more match we got to talk about, or at least pick a winner for night one. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Either one of y'all jump in.
El Grande Americano. I think this needs more build. I think that character needs more time. I think that character needs more heat and more hate, and he needs to do something a little more heinous to really justify it happening.
Mm-hmm.
Because how long have they talked about having a mask versus mask match at WrestleMania? Well, this is not it. We still have SummerSlam in the near future. that's something they can build to.
Mhm.
I actually agree with you totally. But my thought process is El Grande Americano is still goofy. It hasn't become serious, legit. If you remember the whole concept that Chad Gable, who totally is not El Grande Americano,
No,
his issue was
No,
that
he's not.
his issue was that he wanted to find a good luchador to destroy the luchadors. El Grande Americano isn't really destroying luchadors yet. It's still too many smiles, too happy. If it was me, you bring this guy in that's totally opposite of Chad Gable, that's really out there trying to take them out the game one by one. I'm talking about breaking legs. You dig what I'm saying? Putting
I
people
do.
down, not just having yeah, I got him, I won the match, or the little put the metal piece in your mask. No, you should be trying to take luchadors down. And going against Rey Mysterio should have been, excuse the term, the final boss of luchadors, not just a match that you're having on your first Mania. That's my thoughts. With
Well,
that
it
being
could be
said,
a
El
stepping
Grande,
stone too,
Americano's
though,
going to
Whip.
win. I didn't know if I said that.
The match could be a stepping stone too, Whip. If Rey Mysterio was to push El Grande Americano over the edge to a breaking point, and we've seen um, certain wrestlers who wear red, white, and blue get to that point before and go a step further and do something a little more heinous. Maybe that's what we're going to get at WrestleMania. Maybe we're gonna get that heinous, brutal act that will set off the future trajectory of this character.
Jordan?
If I was booking and creative and producing this match, I would do one of two things.
Mm.
I would either A, put someone else under the mask for tonight for Mania night.
Mm.
So someone with a similar build, so that at first maybe you can't quite tell until they start moving, and then you're like, I don't know if I've ever seen Gable move like that. And then actually have Gable come out, and at that point it's like 100%. Okay, that's not Chad. Like, who is under there to do that? Or, and because it doesn't happen that often, I think this should be your Mania match that ends on a DQ, a non-contest kind of deal with maybe Ray goes for the mask, starts to pull it up. That looks like Gable. He pulls it down, turns around, low blow, and then does that heinous, this big beat down on Ray, and then
Yeah.
maybe Dragon Lee, and maybe even Phoenix can come out, get him on Mania, and they both can confront Americano and run him off, and then you do start that Mortal Kombat tower of luchadors kind
Oh,
of
I
deal.
like
Okay.
that.
I like that.
I
Good
And
like
then
that.
you finish either, if it's hot and if it's really working, push it past SummerSlam. But if like 2 months in, people start to it starts to sour, people start to waver on it, then you do mask versus mask at SummerSlam and reveal, oh, it's Gable. But I think you potentially, if you do it right, and they have so many luchadors now. I mean, even if
Mhm.
not technically a luchador, but even like Axiom in NXT is masked.
Yeah.
And you could run it where he goes, a whole year back to Mania again, and you do Grande versus Mysterio, mask versus mask,
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
if
I
you
like
build
that.
it right.
I
I like
like
that.
that.
I like
Guys, I'm
that.
sorry. We're going to go jump into the night two. I'm not even going to talk about the War Raiders versus New Day. I don't even know what that's on the show. I'm going to be honest.
Uh,
Okay.
do you want to know why it's on the show?
Talk to me.
I'll tell you why. That's on the show because there's a moment, and that moment is Big E heel turn.
Mm.
It need to be something because other than that, man, they should even make it on the. I'm just sorry. WrestleMania, I'm not even. I don't even
Mm.
want to pick it because I just don't think it should be on the card at
What's
all.
his justification?
That's something that should be on SmackDown, that live SmackDown before Mania, in my opinion.
Well, it should actually be on Raw because it's a Raw tag title match.
I guess. Well, now we're going to go to night two. In night two, we're going to start off with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, versus the man going for number 17. You can't see me. The farewell tour, John Cena. This the one for me. This is the match that one of the main matches I care about. So I'm gonna start off right here, and I'm saying it flat out. My boy John Cena is getting number 17. Joe. Uh-oh. He's bringing out the world titles if you guys can't see this. He only brings off a certain weight.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to say it? I don't have to say
Well,
it.
some people are on radio, so
Yeah, so the
I'll
people on
narrate
radio, you
for
got
you
to
real
say it for the
quick.
people on
Oh,
radio,
right,
brother.
right, right. The people listening. My bad. And look, for you people with ears. I got the spinner belt over my shoulder. We about to spin this 17. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Jordan.
Well, I'm going to use this filter and disappear. So, because it's the man who can't be seen. And if my 4.5-year-old stays up that late, he might cry at wrestling for the first time
Ooh,
Mhm.
he's a big Cody guy. That's
because
right.
God, he loves Cody.
Well, Cody, I'm sorry. This just, you know what? Put him to bed. Put Felix to bed a little early this time, man. Please.
Yeah, he might not get to stay up for the whole night too.
You know
Now,
what?
go ahead.
Let me just throw this in here right quick. I think that the emotional investment in professional wrestling is something that gets overlooked, especially with the way it's presented now. And people have tend to forget the connections that especially children build with the performers they see on television. And Jordan, you mentioning, your child, mine at WrestleMania 39 cried when Roman beat Cody. That was a big deal. And I had never seen him that invested in live entertainment that way before. That told me it was working.
Bro,
So,
Joe, not to cut you off.
yeah.
I was at WrestleMania in Philadelphia last year. I think I told you guys in my hotel, a grown man, a military man, he said he cried. I got to tell LA Smooth that when we interviewed LA Smooth last year, that a grown man cried when Roman lost to where he did not even want to go to Raw the next day. That's how
Mm.
much emotional connection he had to the show, man. So,
That's what's
or
up.
into the wrestlers invested.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up, man. Those are moments in my life I'll never forget when
Hmm.
Andre the Giant turned on Hulk Hogan and ripped the necklace off his neck, man. My cousin Nico, man, cried like bawled, like
yeah,
someone had died.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
mourning. It was crazy.
And that's actually a beautiful thing since we stopped here for a second, that they can still evoke that type of reaction from kids all the way to adults, man. I mean, let's, real quick, what happened the year before that? How many people cried? Grown men was ready to fight because Cody didn't win that first time when they thought he was going to finish the story, man. So that's good that we know wrestling will be here forever. It will never lose that mystique, man.
Never.
Next up, a match that I really like. The Intercontinental Championship.
Mm.
Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio, Jordan Sloska Vaughn. Who you got?
Well, I regret not bringing my Intercontinental Championship into the car like Joe brought his belts. I'll get it next time. But we are going to have to rename that belt to the Fintercontinental Championship after night two.
Ooh.
Over Braun Breaker, Penta, and Dominic?
So here's the thing: this match is designed for Braun Breaker to lose
I agree.
without being pinned. This match is designed to get Penta a showcase in his first WrestleMania. This match is designed to start turning Dominic Mysterio face.
Mm.
I agree with that.
I already love him.
But I'm gonna jump in right there behind that and say, for what the reason you just said, that my pick is Dirty Dom.
Mm.
Because I think Dirty Dom wins the IC title, but stays in Judgment Day, and Finn Balor is getting more and more pissed at him because he's not the one with the title, and now fans are cheering Dominic Mysterio in Judgment Day and not Finn Balor. To finally Finn Balor kicks Dominic Mysterio out.
Mm.
Joe,
I like it, man. I like it. But I rock with Dirty Dom. I have since the turn.
Oh yeah, what a great character.
He's amazing,
From
man.
going from a Rocky Maivia level boring babyface
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
to what he has become, like it's genuine heat, but it's not to like go away, we don't want you. You're doing such a good job. Like, yeah, maybe they pipe in some booze, but like Whip, you and I have been to shows that Dom's on. A lot of those boos are real.
Oh, definitely is legit. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like maybe they turn the volume up a little bit on the mics to pick it up better, but like when he goes to speak at a live event, it's loud, those boos. But here's this is contingent on what they do with Rey Mysterio and Grande Americano.
Mm.
If that match just ends with Rey ripping off the mask, oh, it's Chad Gable, bam, character's dead, it's over. Then at the end of this match, Finn wins dirtily, however, and then Dominic's like, oh, what are you doing? It was supposed to be me. I was supposed to win. And then Finn snaps, beats down Dominic to the point that Rey Mysterio comes to make the save.
Ooh, it bring back father and son.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at that either. I'm not mad at that either because that gives you a definite WrestleMania moment when they look at each other and give each other that hug. Oh, that
Mm.
would be a big
Mm-hmm.
pop. That would be a big pop, and that would
It
solidify
would.
him as a full-fledged face. I'm not mad at that. Look at Jordan trying to book the territory,
He's
man.
doing a great job.
Look how they're booking the territory.
He's doing a great job.
All right, man. I'm gonna talk about this match next, guys. Um, unfortunately, to me personally, I don't think it has as much heat on it as it should. But that's because the two guys involved, they already did the dance. But the Sin City Street Fight, Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Think it's gonna be a great match. Um, it's just that
I mean, it has to be. It's those two.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just my only problem is that, like I said, I've been a Drew McIntyre been doing the best work of his life. I just think he should have been the top seed around this time of WrestleMania. He shouldn't be having this match. But with that being said, I'm going with Drew McIntyre because he got to at least win one feud.
Mhm. I
Joe,
agree. I agree. I'm going with Drew.
okay. Jordan,
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, Drew. I feel like Drew has the most to lose by losing. Um, Priest, I don't think would lose anything in losing.
Mm-mm.
I think this match it's going to be a showcase match. I could see this match depending on how they go with the world heavyweight. No, are they on SmackDown?
yeah, I think they are.
Yeah,
Probably
they're on
tomorrow.
SmackDown. I was gonna say if they were on Raw, I could see this match being like a shadow number one contenders match. Like they do that at Mania sometimes, where they put two singles guys in just a marquee and like a showcase match, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden the person who wins becomes number one contender, but they didn't tell us that. If Cody wins, whoever wins this becomes number one contender.
Okay.
Is my prediction there.
I
But
like it.
I would go Drew. I would go Drew, but I'll always go Drew.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm gonna get these two matches out the way together real quick because I don't think they really have anything to do with anything. Really, it's like three of them. Man, now that I think about it, night one has such a better card than night two to me. But all right, we got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. We got Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey, and Lyra Valkyria, and Io Sky, Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. We'll save that one to the end. But the first two I just said, uh, AJ Styles, and why not keep Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez with the title? Jordan.
Um, Logan, as much as I don't want him to win, it's a showcase for him. That's why they put him with AJ because AJ can make a paper bag look amazing, and Logan's already, as much as I hate to say it, amazing in the ring. And I think they're gonna redo the springboard crossbody spot from Logan and Ricochet so that they can start showing it again.
Okay. Now pick
Mm.
the other
And
match
then
too.
yeah, Liv and Raquel. Like I think Lyra turns on Bailey.
Okay. Joe.
Or Bailey turns on Lyra.
Nah, she was a heel for too long. She should stay face for a little bit longer.
I like Bailey as a heel, though. I really do. Um,
Bailey shouldn't go heel again until Izzy gets called up.
ooh.
We gotta wait. We gotta wait for 3 more years. Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. 3 more years of
I
face
follow Izzy
Bailey.
on social media. I keep up with what she's doing. She's doing a great job. I'm gonna go with Raquel and Liv Morgan for the win, and I'm gonna go with I want to say Logan Paul for the win, even though I would like to see AJ win also. But I
Mhm.
would really like to see this match end in a lesser scene finish where they both knock each other out for the 10 count. I would like to see
I
them
wouldn't hate that.
just an aerial combat. They just all over each other. They do some big spectacular aerial move. They both crash out and get counted out. 10,
Mm.
both of them.
Now the
I
women,
wouldn't mind that. You'd still get that viral moment of them flying through the air and slamming into each other,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Now the women's world championship, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. I'm gonna take this right now.
I've been waiting on this
They're
one.
giving it to mommy. I think they're gonna go ahead and give it to mommy. Joe.
I don't think that Bianca Belair's undefeated WrestleMania streak ends. I
Mm.
don't think they want it to end. Not yet. I think Bianca walks out with the title. This feud continues. I think we get Bianca and Rhea at SummerSlam. In order for that to happen, Rhea has to finally beat Io one-on-one. I think there's a lot of meat left on this bone, and it's a turkey leg.
Ooh. Ooh, that analogy, that boy just made me hungry. All right, go ahead. Jordan, talk to him, man.
I I'm pretty much exactly where Joe is. I as much as I love Rhea with the belt, I think she's one of the few faces in the company who actually like stays as popular when she has the belt.
Mm,
I think they want to keep that mania streak with Bianca alive because I think they see Bianca, as like a 20-year person who can, we can do this kind of female streak with her.
hmm
Which I'm not opposed to. Um, I still want heel Bianca, and I think I think we could get heel Bianca by SummerSlam if they do what Joe did, or maybe even have Rhea take the pin here, which was not my original thought, but then have her, build up, finally topple EO, and then,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I agree, man. I'm gonna tell you, we're all married men here, so I'll just step out there and do this for myself. But I tell you, I definitely can see Bianca heel because when she had that all black, oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. Back to the show. Back to the show. Sorry. All right.
What you could do with it, you could turn Bianca heel and then bring up, what is it, Jakar Jackson and Lash Legend? They're the team in NXT, right?
hmm
And make them like, so turn Bianca heel and give her this kind of like, suit Miz energy, but not as goofy,
Yeah.
and give her Legend and Jackson as like her little like bodyguards. I think that would be a really cool look,
With
and it would
Naomi
help
too.
Jakara. Yes, yeah. I mean, make this big female faction. I
Can
wouldn't
I
be mad
throw
at it.
can I throw something in here right quick?
Go
It's
ahead.
just something fantasy that I would like to see. Bianca is the heel champion. She goes on, she wins Queen of the Ring, and then Montez Ford wins King of the Ring,
Ooh,
and we get them with the capes and crowns, the king and queen of WWE. I just think that would be so
that
Hmm
would make
dope.
a great photo shoot. Talk also, man.
That would be
I
so dope.
I I could see King of the Ring doing to Montez what King of the Ring did for Booker T.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
agreed. Now, I don't want to get into this because as of this time, we still don't know who Randy Orton's going to go against. Correct? At the time of the taping,
I mean, I do. Let me put my booking hat on real quick. Take my headband off here and
but
put this on, and let you know that Joe Hendry's crossing the line.
okay, Joe Hendry's crossing the line. I'm going. I wanted to be Nick Aldis, and so we all got these grandeur
I would love it.
ideas.
I would
If
love
it
it
was
too.
Aldis, I would pop hard for a little Magnus action at WrestleMania.
So
I
with
would
that
too.
being said, all this grandeur ideas, we know it's probably gonna be Solo or anybody that we don't want. But if you want to say something, Joe,
Yeah, it's probably going to be
I'm just
Maven or
agreeing with
something.
both of you. I think him and Aldis would be fantastic, man. If both,
WWE, we're way too geeked for it, so WWE is definitely gonna let us down on this one. Don't be surprised. So,
Yeah, we're going to hear Maven's music or something.
so real quick, guys, we got like 5 minutes left, but I do kind of want to go into some of the omissions, and we got some ones that's really surprising. Two of the big ones I'm surprised about. Well, actually three. One, Sami Zayn.
Mm,
Hmm
Then we got Nia Jax.
mm,
And then we got Alexa Bliss who just came back. It had a
mm,
great showing at the Elimination Chamber. What
didn't
do you
you?
guys
You're
think about
missing
that?
you're Well, you're missing someone from that list.
Who?
The longest reigning U.S. women's champion of all time.
Chelsea Green. That is also crazy. I mean, did y'all see
What?
Vince Cardona made a statement? He tweeted about that earlier today,
Yeah.
and he was saying,
What I would do.
and I know I'm partial, but he said flat out, there's no way she shouldn't be on the card. But let's go back to Royal Rumble. I'm there at Media Day. We're during these interviews. Chelsea Green wasn't even, she didn't have a singles match at the Royal Rumble. The other biggest show of
Hmm.
the week. I mean, show of the year.
Yeah. What I would do is I would have Chelsea's music hit, after, let's put it in night 2 after the New Day tag match. Chelsea's music hits. She saunters out to the ring with Piper and Alba, and she, gives a State of the Union about how she's the longest reigning U.S. women's champion of all time, and all this stuff. And she's like, I'm not leaving until I get a match. I don't care who it is, blah, blah, blah. And you hit Alexa Bliss's music. Alexa comes out. They do a nice 4 to 6 minutes impromptu match, and Alexa wins.
I like that.
Joe, you got any thoughts before we get out of here about all these omissions at WrestleMania?
I was really hoping that this WrestleMania will culminate with Sami Zayn as World Heavyweight Champion. I really did.
Yeah.
While I don't
I
mind
thought it was going to.
while I don't mind seeing Jay in that position and some of the other things that transpired are really unfortunate what happened to Kevin Owens. I
Yeah.
really thought that's where it was headed. I thought we were going to see a champion Kevin Owens lose the title to Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. That's where I thought we were headed. But,
Yeah, for
we
sure.
don't know what's really going to happen because we're not writing the show.
WWE, I'm gonna say this before I get out of here. I know we know the way the dice rolls, it just happens. But the idea that the War Raiders got on WrestleMania, but the Street Profits gotta be on SmackDown is absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely
I think
crazy.
there's still a chance that tomorrow night, that tag title match, all the other teams that are fighting for it show up, and you get this big DQ, and all of a sudden someone pulls out a chair, someone pulls out a ladder, someone pulls out a table, and all this comes out and says, "Okay, fine, we'll do it tomorrow. TLC, 4 teams."
Okay.
Dude,
There's still a chance. There's still a chance. They got 9 hours. They can squeeze it in.
you got
Guys, thank you for
you
your
remember when I
time.
said that in the chat? Dang, like, dude, we're on the same page again. I said that in the chat like a month ago. Like they felt like they were building to a TLC match.
I think they still are. I think this is a swerve to get people pissed that there's not a bigger tag title match for the SmackDown belts.
Well, guys, thank you for your time, man. Real quick, Jordan, Joe, let them know how they can follow you, man.
Mr. Joe Walker everywhere except IG, which is Mr. Joe Walker _ WHC for Word Heavyweight Champion.
Jordan.
Love that guy. At Real J Scavone on pretty much everything. Maybe one day I'll write another book. It's only been 6 years almost since I published.
This guy.
You can also, I do produce for 2 indies in Michigan, UCW and SCW. Check them out. They both have shows this May. Saginaw, Michigan, and Rochester Hills.
All right, man. You guys heard it. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back. I got a great interview with independent wrestling star Ava Brooks, the youngest women's world champion in independent wrestling at only 19 years old. It's coming up right here next, right here on the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka The Whip Show. All right, let's go.